Hey guys, hope everyone had a good league start. I myself am super excited for this league just because of the sheer volume of new content they release, and especially to the changes that they made to the Slayer and the new Warden Ascendancy. I myself chose to league start as a Frostblade Slayer just because I think it is a good all-rounder build. It has decent offense, defense, and also clear. And I'm planning to try out the Warden later once I have better gear. So anyway, without further ado, here are some things I wish I knew before league starting this build, and hopefully this helps out anyone out there who may be starting late into the league. Let's get started. First of all, starting with the build. So if you haven't played a melee build before, it is an active playstyle at least through the campaign with minimal gear. As you can see in this videos, the boss fights will be slightly slower just because Frostblades is not known for its single target damage early on, and you have to be kiting around the boss while dealing damage. Therefore, I would highly recommend to keep your resist capped and having life on all your gear if possible. The good thing is that life values got buffed in this patch, so you'll see higher life values on your gear pieces, which is quite nice. I would also recommend running a Purity of Elements to cap your resist. I did not do that during the campaign, and therefore I've died a couple times to freeze actually. And in order to do that, you would likely have to grab a mana reservation wheel on the bottom right of the tree. It is the leader of the pack. That should give you enough mana to reserve both Hatred and Purity of Elements, and you may be able to fit in Precision as well. The next thing that I would recommend is to have decent weapon DPS and a fall link. This will make the build feel much better just because, like I said, the single target of Frostblades is subpar, so weapon DPS makes a big difference. If you're able to find a few chaos during the campaign, I would recommend buying a 1C axe with nice DPS, usually in the 200 to 400 range as you progress, with an additional cold damage roll on it. This will again increase your DPS significantly just because of the new values on the Frostblade gem itself. It is now, I believe, a higher multiplier of your base weapon damage. A fall link also will be a huge damage boost for that. The next thing is, if you've never played melee or attack builds, Precise Technique is a very overpowered wheel on the bottom right of the tree. And if you grab that wheel, just make sure you read what it says here, because it requires your accuracy rating to be higher than your maximum life. So early on, I did not prioritize grabbing the accuracy wheels, which turned out it caused my accuracy to be lower than my maximum life, and therefore the Precise Technique wheel did not work. So definitely keep an eye on that. If you have to grab those accuracy wheels, make sure to go for that. Number 3, the leak mechanic. Definitely I would recommend doing it early just because it doesn't take up much extra time at all. During the campaign, you'll encounter the leak mechanic in your zones. Running them will just take a few seconds, and you'll collect the ores and materials to upgrade your town early. This will help you get your mining set up, your shipping and farming, which it seems at this point is a time progression mechanic, meaning that you'll have to play the game to progress it. You won't be able to accelerate your progress after completing the campaign, or at least that's what I think for now. So it's probably better to progress it as you go. Next is the side quest. So this is new this league, and I just found out after the end of the campaign. On Act 2, there is a side quest through Sacred Ground that now grants an extra passive point. So don't forget to do that. It is found in the crypt 2nd floor, where you have to obtain the golden hand. Alright, and that's it. That's the 4 things that I wish I knew before league starting. I hope it helps you out. In summary, I think the league mechanic really blends well into the core game. It doesn't take much extra effort to interact with it, so I'm definitely excited to continue exploring it. I'm also excited to check out how Recombinators turned out and also how the map queuing system works. There's just a bunch of new content, and I'm honestly blown away by how GGG is able to produce and release this in such a short time span. Amazing, really. Anyway, that's it for this video. Let me know if you discover anything interesting in this league, or if you have any feedback for this build. Bye guys.